Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show. I'm here to talk about some NFL news, so we're going to get right into it here. Via Jay Fowler, ESPN trending a quote from a member of the hashtag Ravens organization on the team potentially, pursuing Saquon Barkley, and the quote said, "Could you imagine Saquon Barkley and Lamar Jackson in the same backfield for the running game? Question mark. But man, they already have a good running game, with Keaton Mitchell, Gus Edwards, Lamar Jackson. It's a good backfield, but I don't know if it wins a Super Bowl, though. It'd be fun. It would go from the best run game in the league to the best run game in the league, because they already have one of the best run games in the league. You still need to run the ball more than 8 times in the biggest game of your season, though. I just don't know if this would win a Super Bowl. This would be fun to watch. I think it would get them, back to where they were. Where maybe AFC Divisional, AFC Championship, but I don't know about Super Bowl, though. So, Kurt Benkert basically was talking about finishing his Drake May review. He basically said he's a more athletic Mason Rudolph with less arm talent. Bro said less arm talent. Basically, is what he said on Twitter. I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can go to his Twitter. This guy is one of the most unbearable accounts on here. And he basically gave us full reasoning. I'm not going to fucking read it. You can go do if you want to. One of the most unbearable accounts on here. That backup QB NFL money is starting to run out, I guess. This is a horrid take. He is more athletic. His arm strength is way better. He just throws it to the wrong team more often. A lot of interceptions. But he can clean that up. I don't see how you can just go and say, oh, yeah, he's basically a poor man's Mason Rudolph. Banker's throwing out all sorts of hot takes this season. Brutal analysis here. Dude, this guy shouldn't even be talking. You can't even stay on the practice squad of the Green Bay Packers. Per Jay Fowler ESPN, the Jets are releasing veteran guard Laken Tomlinson, which will save them over $8 million in cap space. So they're saving $8 million in cap space with this move. You want to talk about steal money? He got somehow Laken Tomlinson, whoever the hell he is, had $8 million. So the Jets are releasing him, saving $8 million in cap space. So we had some news today. Former Raiders first round pick Damon Arnette was arrested on January 6th. At 3:30 a.m. and charged with possession of less than a gram of meth and unlawful carrying of a firearm per rap sheet. It's not his first run-in with the law. He's had another one as well. And why is it always a former Raider, man? Oh boy, meth and a handgun. And this happened January 6th at 3:30 in the morning. A former Raider was arrested. A shock. He's done in the NFL. He had the ability to make millions of dollars and ruined it. This is what, his, 5th time doing shit like this? He had a little bit of potential. Now he ain't been able to come back. So, per report, former #Chargers head coach Brandon Staley met with #49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan last week in regards to the team's vacancy at defensive coordinator, Matt Barrows. And this is the last vacant coordinator job, is the 49ers defensive coordinator job. And there'd been rumors, they'd been interested in Brandon Staley, and he met with them last week. I don't know if he should have a job, but when has Steve Wilkes ever coached a defense as good as the Rams were under Staley? I think Brandon Staley could be a good defensive guy. I think he's a good defensive guy. He's just not a good offensive mind. Just not a good head coach to lead your team. I just don't know. I felt it could be a solid hire. I just don't know if it'd be that great of a hire. But they fire Wilkes and want Staley, though. So, per Jordan Renan, a Giants reporter, rumors, the Giants would, quote, seriously consider trading up in the draft if the right situation presents itself. And, they could be eyeing one of these top quarterbacks, in the draft, like, maybe say Michael Penix, Bo Nix, Drake May, Jaden Daniels maybe. I don't know if they'll trade up. If they can, I think they will. But if the right situation presents itself, like Jordan Ron said, I could see them doing it. But I don't think they will. I think the Giants will stay put and draft a quarterback because one of those quarterbacks will be there. So, some news today. Per Adam Schefter, star running backs: Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, Austin Eckler, star running back. Derrick Henry, and Tony Pollard will not be franchise tag per Adam Schefter. Chargers are going to let Austin Eckler test the free agent market. Typical running back market activities. Poor running backs always get freaking shafted. But this offseason is going to be a lot of fun with these running backs, see where they go. The running back market is just truly in shambles. And the Giants, Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, Tony Pollard, them not getting, franchise tags is crazy. So, per report, the hashtag Chiefs and head coach Andy Reid are expected to begin negotiations on a new contract that could make Reid the highest paid head coach in football, per Tom Pelissero. Makes sense. The best head coach in football should be the highest paid. Means the best head coach should be the highest paid. Well deserved for Mr. Reid. Probably thinking all those cheeseburgers he's going to get. How about those Chiefs? Probably thinking about all those cheeseburgers get from McDonald's. So, NFL analyst Merrill Hodge, I don't know why I'm seeing Drake May get so much hate here recently, says he wouldn't draft Drake May in the first round and thinks the Commanders should take Jaden Daniels at 2. He's extremely inconsistent. His processing is inconsistent. He's not extremely athletic. I find him more stiff. He's got a lot more throwing motion, which allows more picks. The only thing this guy has got right is when he said, I think C.J. Stroud will be better than, or when he said C.J. Stroud will be better than Bryce Young. After year one he looks right, but that's one of the only things this guy's got right. That's why he's an analyst and not a general manager. He ran a 4.6 40 at 230, but isn't athletic. Yeah, okay there. Just tell me you don't know ball. I know he did have a few interceptions last year. But you have to consider what May was working with versus, say, Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels had like a super team receiving core. So, per report, Ryan Clark has verbally agreed to remain at ESPN after contract negotiation issues. He's a good analyst. I think it's a solid move. He's a good analyst. So, projected number 1 overall pick, Caleb Williams, is not expected to throw at the NFL Scouting Combine. J.J. McCarthy, however, plans to throw at the NFL Scouting Combine. Now, that's a real quarterback there. And I don't think J.J. McCarthy's a first-round talent. At least he's throwing at the Combine like Caleb Williams. He's either going to be trash or he's going to be one of the most underrated quarterback prospects out of this draft class. Or should I say the best? I don't think he will, but you never know with these quarterbacks. LSU QB Jaden Daniels will not throw at the NFL Combine, but he will throw at LSU's Pro Day. So, it's whatever. But yeah, those are some of the top quarterbacks. The top prospects are not going to throw, but one will in J.J. McCarthy. So multiple teams, rumors per JFL ESPN, are expected to have trade interest in Chargers star pass rusher Khalil Mack. What is the most they can get for him, though? Maybe a third or fourth rounder? Maybe a third age, money owed, and injury history. Doubt they get anything like substantial. At the best, a second round pick. I could definitely see the Rams going at their game because, they could use another beef up that defensive line more. Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack. Rumors. Xavier Howard reportedly has interest in joining the Texans once his release from the Dolphins become official. From people I trust, Xavier Howard has interest in joining the Texans. He's from Houston. From the Texans side, it's to be determined. Now, the Texans are going to have a crazy team next year. That'd be a W for the Texans because, Xavier Howard's getting released from the Dolphins. The Rams are hiring former Eagles defensive coordinator Sean Desai to their staff in a senior defensive role. Oh boy. Bold strategy, Cotton. Rumors. Several teams could have trade interest in Commanders quarterback Sam Howell if the team makes him available, per Ralph Vacciano. Howell flashed at times last season in what was his first year as NFL starter. I mean, he flashed at times, but just get a better offensive line that can protect him. He just needs a functioning offense. Eric Bieniemy, who was, I believe, the head coach for the Commanders last year, or not head coach, offensive coordinator, is joining UCLA as their assistant head coach / offensive coordinator, per Adam Schefter and Pete Thamel. Kind of shocked, man, how the mighty have fallen, and he's sent back to college. The Bengals are franchise tagging star wide receiver T. Higgins, so they franchise tag T. Higgins. I can definitely see like a sign and trade maybe sometime later this off season, but they might keep T. Higgins. Richard Sherman was arrested 2 days ago for driving under the influence. Are they gonna try him with a sorry receiver like Crabtree? That's the result you gonna get. That's the results you gonna get. Yeah. But yeah, apparently, this should never happen with anyone, especially like wealthy people, like Richard Sherman, like Colin Ober, or something like. The Rams are re-signing wide receiver Marcus Robinson, one-year $5 million deal. The Dolphins released linebacker Emmanuel Ogbah, but he isn't worth the $17 million cap hit he had. He had a solid season, but $17 million's a lot, and they released him. And they also, which I was talking about, they plan to release Xavier Howard. I mean, yeah, he can't stay healthy, and he's just not as good as he used to be, but he's still solid. So the Bengals want T. Higgins for more than just next season. They're working a long-term contract, basically, before they franchise tagged him. Rumors. No one within the Raiders organization believes trading Davante Adams to the Jets is even remotely possible, per Tony Pollard. Adams is valued by the Raiders franchise on the field and in the locker room. He's part of the winning culture new head coach Antonio Pierce wants on the team, and more than anything else, the Jets won't meet the asking price. Well, get him a quarterback then. Simple as that. Get him a damn quarterback. The NFL salary cap is set at a record-breaking $255.4 million, an over $30 million increase from last year, per J. Jones 9. It's gonna be a lot of money, bringing up the cap space. So, per your report, the Buccaneers have begun extension talks with QB Baker Mayfield and will resume talks at the Combine. It's widely expected that Baker Mayfield will sign a long-term contract extension to stay in Tampa Bay for the future. It will be a very well-deserved extension because he played his ass off last season. It's cool. It's glad he found a home. So the Falcons want to trade up for a quarterback in the draft, per at Marino NFL. Well, Drake May being one of the quarterbacks Atlanta's especially interested in. He has the apple of their eye. That'd be a really good fit for him, honestly. I think that'd be a good fit. If they're not going to get Justin Fields, I think Drake May would be a perfect fit for the Atlanta Falcons. So, the Saints have cleared over $23 million in cap space by restructuring the contract with Derek Carr. Pratt J. Fowler ESPN. Got over news over the last 3 days because I haven't done any NFL news over the last 3 days. That's why I'm going over some stuff from today and over the last 2 days before that I missed. So yeah, it's all from JPA Football. And I'm pretty sure I've got nearly everything. But yeah, that's basically it. So until next time, Alkalot, peace.